farmers, welcome back to a beautiful hinterland with all the leaves turning to a nice, beautiful orange, reddish color. Some yellow too in there, I guess. Yellow, gold, whatever you want to call it. Bringing some soybeans over to our flavored milk bottling company. I did leave about 25,000 liters back at the farm. That is for the chickens. They should not need that much, but, you know, better safe than sorry on having extra than not having any at all. So we can start making some soy milk. Ooh, it is getting, every time I come over here now lately, it's getting laggier and laggier. Soybeans go in there. Thank you very much. I think I might need to come over here and empty out the bottles out of this factory. We have upgraded this once, and it can hold a good amount, but not that great. It's not like the dairy over there where we upgraded that like 6 or 7 times. In between episodes, of course, I've been cleaning up the farm a little bit, bringing some equipment back to the farm, washing it up, putting it away, getting some things in order for this episode. I would like to bring the potatoes over to get that process started. We got a lot of potatoes to bring over. I can't, well, let me rephrase that. I don't want to bring it over with this dump body trailer just because when I put it into the silo, dumping potatoes onto the ground and having to drive over it, that's not going to be good for the potatoes. And I'm going to get stuck, basically. So we're going to use our other trailer. Now, that holds 40,000. We got like 400,000 liters to move. So it's a good amount. So maybe just bring over a little at a time, but at least we'll get the process started. But I'm bringing this back over here because I think the flatbed is over here, which it is. Let's go ahead and park this on up here. It's what we do in the fall when things get so busy. You just start parking things everywhere, and next thing you know, your farm is a mess, and then you gotta spend 20 minutes looking for things, moving things around, and whatnots. Next thing I need to do, though, I need to get a worker started on plowing the sugar beet field. So I want to make sure this completely unfolds. I think a couple of times, I don't know if the issue's been resolved or it's just me, but every time I set up a worker for course play, if I set the course up before the implement unfolds, sometimes it doesn't quite get the right working width, it seems like. Let's go in here. Yeah, create job, course play, field. Is this one here? No, I said this one here. I don't know why they always got to put the icon like right where it always seems to be where. Stop it. Right where you want to put your arrows and such. Alright, that should be good. 2 headlands ought to be good. Set up a course. Hopefully it's not on create field. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't take them too long to get this job done. And count to about 4 or 5, get somewhere across the start line, and off you go. And let's see who's working today. Oh, Francesca is working today, so I'm sure she'll do just a fine job for us. Let's grab, where did I put the JCB at this point? Oh yes, the JCB is down here because that's where the header is for the combine. Need to wash that up and put that away. And of course we can use the JCB to transport some potatoes over. The header's only at 12% damage, so I think it's going to be all right for another year. We don't seem to wear down as much. Although with a big header and the fields that we got, it doesn't take that long to get the harvest done, so maybe that's why the wear and tear isn't as bad. And we'll give the JCB a rinse off as well. It's a little dirty. Don't have to get it extremely clean because we're still going to be using it this year. Although it should be just driving on stone and a little bit of dirt. So it shouldn't get too dirty. Alright, put that away. And of course now let's put this header away. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go and put it... Alright, let's swing it around and we'll park it next to the planter, I think. Good spot for it. Make sure I'm on the right implement before I detach this, or we're going to have things everywhere, so that's a good spot. Perfect. Alright, let's go bring some taters over to our production building. Now, there is a slight chance when I put these in, it's going to say out of space. It's a good chance. 'Cause I don't think I've used this since I've upgraded. I think it was the bottom milk factory that we upgraded. So, we'll see what happens here. The way my day is going, I think it's going to. It's just been one of those days, so I think when I dump this in, it's going to say out of space. So I may just put a little bit amount of potatoes in there. That way, if it glitches out, well then, I'll have to do what I normally do, which is in between episodes, you know, do the thing of delete the old production building and put it back in. And I don't want to put 40,000 liters of potatoes in there and find out that I gotta edit everything back in. It's just better having nothing in there and losing a little bit of material. Well, let's go find out. If it does say out of space, it does save me a lot of work to do this episode. But more work I gotta do in between. And I'm kind of hoping. I know don't sigh at your screen or however you're watching it. I think this episode we're gonna rent the excavator. And we're going to buy some birch trees and we're going to plant them down. I want to give the chickens some shade, and of course I want to get some trees on the other side for sure. Just to break up the openness over there. It's too open for me. Got the wheel loader ready to go. But the first load I should be able to back on up to the potato production and dump it on in there. Boy, I'm down to like 30 frames per second getting over here. And then the second I turn away, I think it's got to do with the pallets and the shed. Because the second I turn away from that building, frames go right back up to 60. So, I don't know. Didn't do it before, but now it's doing it. So, who knows? Alright, so we're going to put just a little bit amount of potatoes in there. Potatoes. Closer. Closer still. And that should be good enough to at least test it. Let's come on down to production buildings. Hide inactive. Out of space. Alright, so I'll be taking care of that in between episodes. I might as well leave this trailer right over to here. I'm going to lose some potatoes that are in there, but that's fine. I think I got like 1,000 liters of this and that in there. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to park that right there. I'll detach that. JCB can stay there, I suppose. Yeah, how much material do I actually got in there I'm going to have to take care of? Let's see here. I got about 2,000 liters of premium. Almost a full pallet of seed potatoes I'm going to lose. Alright. It is what it is. Like I said, I'll take care of that in between episodes. Alright, so much for getting... Am I stuck into the wall? I think I was. Alright, let's jump on back over to the farm here. What do we got over here? No, that's the wrong tractor. What tractor am I looking for? Yes, this one right here. So, I've often wondered what happens with precision farming and even crop rotation at this point with oilseed radish being planted. So we're going to try this out on a small field. And we're going to go ahead and put it into the cotton field that we plowed last episode. So oilseed is like a cover crop. You basically want to plant it and you don't harvest anything. You just either cultivate it or plow it. I think you can even direct drill it back into the ground and it adds like fertilizing stage. Now, I don't know with crop rotation and precision farming what that's going to do. So another thing I was doing just before I started recording, I came over here. I went into crop rotation right here. So currently in this field we had potatoes, then we had cotton. And I was scrolling through trying to find, I mean really wheat's not that bad. I mean it's 0.05, or sorry, yeah, 0.05 better. And even corn wasn't that bad. But I figured, let's try out a small field with oilseed radish and see what happens. Now, I don't know. I've been told this will grow in a month. First, let me put this on oilseed radish here. There we go. Been a long time since I planted this myself, so even I'm not really sure what's going to happen. And in it goes. So, oilseed radish does not want any fertilizer into it, apparently. So we are over-fertilized, but that's okay. I really don't care, because we're not harvesting the crop. We're just going to let it grow, and then just go ahead and push it back into the soil, filled up with nutrients. Definitely don't want to put soybeans in this field next year, because then it'll be overly fertilized, if that's the right term to use. Oilseed radish, like I said, should add fertilizing to it, but with crop rotation, I'm not sure what's going to do, because in crop rotation, it doesn't give it as a crop. So that's going to be kind of interesting. I don't know if it considers it a fallow field or what. But we'll see what happens. It should say oilseed radish, right? Yeah, oilseed radish. All right, let's go ahead and finish this up. Shouldn't take too long. But I know this was brought up before when I did crop rotation and precision farming. What does oilseed radish do? And I figured, well, we got a small field here. Let's give it a try. Only way I'm going to learn, only way you guys are going to find out what it does. It's kind of like on No Man's Land when I finally activated precision farming. And I was doing olive trees and grapes. I'm still not sure I understood exactly how that worked with precision farming, because it was hard to get a good read on the grapes and olives. But most people told me, no, you just treat the olives and grapes as you were normally farming. So I'm like, so precision farming doesn't really work on olives and grapes? But that was way back when. Wasn't that like a year ago at this point? How time flies when I say it like that. I'm trying to remember exactly when the last time it was that I planted oilseed radish, and I couldn't tell you. It should grow rather quickly, and it'll save you money on fertilizer. Of course, right now I'm not putting fertilizer into the ground either. We're just using up some seed. And seed, as we know, is a lot cheaper than fertilizer. This is a nice drill. I've always liked it. It's got good capacity on it for fertilizer and seed. Good working width. And the main thing, it's a direct drill. So after we get this done here, we'll grab the Volvo truck, the flatbed, go over and we'll clean up the soy milk, oat milk, strawberry milk, chocolate milk, get that emptied out of there. We'll put that into storage. And then we'll lease the excavator and buy some birch trees, and we'll start planting some of those around. Maybe a few oak trees as well. We got a whole bunch that we can still plant, like 200 or so. Definitely not going to plant 200 more oak trees, and definitely not going to plant the 240, I think we get in a pallet of birch trees. And look at that. Perfectly got it covered in one more pass. So now we got to wait and see what happens with oilseed radish in crop rotation. Yeah, I got to double check on that. So, like I said, it was potatoes and cotton. But I did not see oilseed radish in the crop rotation, which is I mean, yeah, it is a crop, but yeah, so maybe it's not going to do anything for us. But it'll be interesting to see how much fertilizer it puts back into the field. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm kind of curious. All right, let's go ahead and put this away here. Didn't get the drill that dirty, so I think we'll just go ahead and put it away the way it is. Back that in a little bit more. All right, we can leave that right there. All right, I need to grab the truck. I mean, the flatbed's getting a little mucky and dirty. It looks like the cows still got some TMR in their feed trough, so they should be good until I call it quits for the evening. But I got to remind myself that I need to give them some water later on, so I'll probably feed them just before dark, and then speed up time and give them some more water somewhere just before midnight. And I think it would be okay after that. And the truck needs some diesel. But we got plenty of fuel to do what we need to do, and I'll bring it back and we'll top it off while we go out and plant some trees. Actually, I may as well grab the clothing here. I did notice also when I was checking stats before recording that, yeah, we're probably not going to get as much clothing as we had last year because, yeah, cotton, we are kind of low on cotton here. But oh well, not much I can do about it now. Let me come over here and grab all this mess as well. Try to neat up the farm just a little bit. Anything else going to spawn here? Alright, maybe not. All right, let's bring this over to our storage shed, and we'll go grab the milk. Yeah, I may just get rid of the production revamp mod and just have the factory upgrade mod. That way we can kind of eliminate the issue that I'm having with the out of space. And then what I'll probably do is set the sugar factory to spawning, and then I'll have to distribute the sugar the way I would like to. And that's the one thing with the production revamp mod that we can do is we can set priority of how much sugar goes to what building over another. But since it's probably causing a conflict issue with the factory's upgrade mod, which is more important to me than distributing some sugar, yeah, it might be time to just eliminate that one for now. Hopefully we got a lot of flavored milk in here, which I think we got a decent amount. But I definitely need to take care of it, because if I don't and go to bed, then we will be out of space here. And not because it's a conflict of a mod problem, it's because we did run out of space. And we know flavored milk can bring us in a lot of cash. That is a lot of flavored milk. Can I fit any more on there? No. Okay. Oh, the frames. So framey. All right, let's go. So 5,000 liters of, I believe that's oat milk, 14,000 liters of chocolate, 16,000 liters of strawberry. Kind of glad that we sold all that butter and cheese last time, because that gave us a lot of space into our storage shed. Yes, I can see the gas gauge starting to flash a little bit down there. We'll get you some diesel in just a moment. That's all oat milk. Okay. Anything else? Alright, just took a second. Actually, I wonder what the price is. And that's going to be it. I wonder what the price actually is for the flavored milk, because we got a lot of it. June is the best time, and right now, let's see, price is not good. Yeah, we definitely want to wait on that. And we might as well grab what is here. Now let's go put this into storage. And we'll stop at the fuel pump on the way back. And we'll let this fill on up. The reason why I want to get those trees kind of planted today is because we can pay a little bit off that loan still. And I don't have to keep the money overnight for leasing the excavator, the planter, and buying the saplings. I mean, we paid a good amount off early in the month already. Easy around this corner. Still haven't fixed that dip. So maybe... Oh, we got more clothing there. Cool. The more the better. Yeah, I was kind of shocked when I went into... I was checking the factories and I saw the spinnery. It's like, oh, we went through that cotton in the past couple years. I was so used to having so much extra cotton and not enough wool. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, there is more cotton in there than wool right now. But we're not going to get any more cotton now until next October. We're going to get plenty of wool from the sheep. All right, we'll fill that up. And we need to get you back to the farm. We don't want you sitting out in the elements too long. Don't worry, chickens, you're going to be getting some trees. Well, you're going to be getting some trees in a little while, but it may be a few months before you actually get any shade from them. Although you may not want shade in the winter months, you may want the sun. But by next summer, those trees should be fully grown. All right, and... yeah, I'll leave the truck here because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it next. Alright, so let's go into here and let's see. I got to remember where this equipment is. Is it under... is it under forestry machinery? Yes, it is. I can get this a small excavator, right? Oops, no, I just want to do this and then do combinations. Yes, we can get the small one. And then, of course, we want to lease it. Oh, that's a lot of money, but it's what I want to do. Let's see, forestry. And then you. Make sure we lease that as well. I'm sorry, I did that so quick I didn't see the price myself. Probably, I think it's like a couple grand. So pallets, we want to scroll on down here. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because instead of having these saplings, I want to go with these. Just because. Now I'm just going to find the birch. Whoop, there it is. We'll get some birch trees. There's no extra cost for the birch trees, so that's just a flat 7. And we're getting 240 trees for it. Nuts. I did this again. I don't think you can customize an excavator or any equipment once you've leased it. I got the wrong coupling on the excavator, so it's not going to couple up to the tree planter. I don't think you can customize it. Where's that trigger? Interactive zone markers. Can I customize? No, I cannot. Alright, what I can do... well, first of all, I'm going to have to return this excavator here. Alright, so we'll return that. Because I done up and goofed. And what I'll do is I'll just fudge the money back in. Because we didn't really use it. Alright, so I don't want the grapple. I need the fast coupler, I do believe. Yes. Alright, so lease. So I'm just going to put in 13,000. Because I didn't make a mistake. But let me go ahead and put that 13,000 back in. Add money. There we go. So it's somewhat where it should be. Because I'm pretty sure in real life, if I rented the excavator and they brought down like, oh, that's the wrong coupler, they'd be like, oh, we'll put that in for you in a matter of seconds or so. Now I got to remember all the controls. We're hooking this back up, and I don't remember all the controls. Am I even on the right side? I don't remember what side I need to be on. I should be on the correct side. Whoop, no, I had it. But then I had to, you know, knock it around. Nope, backwards. And I'm having the same thing I always have when I get into the excavator, is that it just turns on its own. I'm not sure why it does that. It could be my steering wheel. Oh, there we go. So we got that attached. Let's see, that does that. That wiggles that back and forth. That does that and that. I gotta get used to these controls. And now we fill her on up. All 240 trees. So I think we're going to start over in our production building area, and then we'll work our way over that way. And that way, when I get done with the birch trees, I can unload them, and the pallet will be at the farm, and then I can grab the oak trees, and we can come back over and maybe do some more over here. But it may be a little bit rough to watch me do this, because it's going to take me a moment to get used to all the triggers and everything. See exactly where the boundary line is, because I think the spinnery might be off our property. The good old coffee house, which we actually made a delivery to. Well, I think our worker did finish. I think Francesca did finish plowing up the sugar beet field. Now, of course, the fun thing about planting these small little saplings is we are not going to really see them once we plant them. So it's pretty much plant and kind of guess how far apart we should go. Alright, so... X to plant tree. Okay. Tree planter has no ground contact. Looks like it's contacted to me. Oh, there we go. I heard it go in. So over here, we're just going to like randomly Let's put down some trees. Spacing not too important. But, I mean, we got 240, so we don't have to be shy with them. I really don't want to go like in a straight line too much either. You gotta be so close to the ground. And at the right angle as well. Let's go ahead and just pop one in here. And I'm not even going to bother to try to go around later on and try to find them because we tried doing that with the oak trees and it was pretty much near impossible to find them. Yeah, so coming back over here and try to plant some oak trees. I hope I don't plant them on top of one another. No, I don't want to get too close to that building because sometimes I just pull to the side of it to unload. So every time you hear that thud noise is me planting down a tree. Seems like I planted more than 13, but that's where we're at. So this is basically going to make a circle around our production buildings. And maybe by, I think with the oak trees in 2 months, they were sprouting up pretty good out of the ground. So I'm thinking by December, I know each tree might be a little bit different, but maybe by December we will possibly see them sprouting up and we can kind of see where they are. Oh man, the frame rate over here. What's my frame rate over here? 20. My frame rate is 20 over here. So if the video is kind of sketchy, you can see my frame rate in the upper right hand corner. And then just magically, as I get away from that building and face away from it, it gets right back up to 60 again. And that's sometimes if you can at least see your frame rate and you always wonder what's causing it to do what might be causing the issue. That's the wrong button. I found that being that building just by looking at it and looking away, and my frame rate would go up and down. So something to do with that building right now is causing my frame rate to just tank. Let me get this facing the right way again, if we can. All right, so I don't want to plant any more on that side there, I don't think. But I think what this allows me to do now, since we rented the excavator and the planter, we got everything, I thought I was going to do November. By looking at the money, I think we can pay off $50,000 on the loan. Come on, plant. Okay, how about There we go. Wasn't quite to the ground. I was leaving the spot open for a possible future production building, but I think we got enough going. And yeah, if one does come up on the mod hub, that's very interesting. Of course, we will find room for it. Might be too many birch trees down over here, but kind of an old saying, smoke them if you got them. Well, we got them, so let's smoke them. One here would be not bad. Although there's a good amount of different type of trees around the pond area, so every time we see a pond, we got like oaks and birch of different shapes and sizes. And as for a production building for roasting coffee beans, I don't see us using this at all. Because why would I want to roast coffee beans and lose money? I would pretty much lose like $2,500 per 1,000 liters. I think the price difference was $2,000, but to run this building and then to it's got to run on diesel. So, yeah, I'm going to lose money on it. Kind of lost money on it just by putting it down, but, you know, we learned. And the good thing is, you see me make mistakes and learn. It makes you avoid from doing them. Alright, I'm going to make the small, long track over to the chicken coop. It's a small distance, but it's going to take me a while to get there. Alright, chickens. Try not to peck at the little saplings, alright? They're here to give you some shade. One there. I could extend the arm probably a little bit further in, but I think overall this would be good. And I wouldn't be able to do this with the other planter. So that goes on the back of a tractor. And I don't know if there's actually a gate to go into this chicken coop. If I remember, this chicken coop is from Missy B's Riverside map. I don't know if she's got a gate on here or not. I don't, even if there is a gate, is it big enough to get the excavator through? We'll just come over here and we're just going to go plant one right here because why not? I'm not going to put a tree on this side. Why? I don't know. Just because. There's a gate. I would assume it's going to be over here. think they got plenty of trees. So now we're going to head on over. And we're going to go to the back side of these fields over here and put a row of birch trees into there. So over here, I want to make sure wherever I plant the trees that it's not going to be in the way of us harvesting or moving any equipment around. So in between the fields, I don't want to do it, but on the back side, if, I tried to get as close as I could to the property line as I possibly could. So do I got enough room here to put down some trees? Kind of like I did over by where the sugar beet field was. I got those oak trees like right next to the field. They weren't really in the way, so I'm kind of hoping I got room here. I think over here in the grass field, though, I may not actually have the room. Yeah, I must have gotten really close. Here, I remember I did because when I was mowing the grass, the Chrome Big M was not mowing on the left-hand side, same direction I was going. I might be able to plant one right up here. You can see where the grass was cut. But even there, it's like, nope. No. No. Right, I think what we'll do, since this is just going to be a grass field anyways, I think I will plant in the grass field itself. Because, I mean, that's a big grass field. And the grass fields we got have been keeping up with the cows and the sheep currently. This is just for future, getting ready for the future. And even so, I think I mentioned when I was planting the grass field, if we just seemed like we had too much grass, I can always change the grass fields around and put something else into it. So we're going to take up a little bit of these fields here. Any luck here? Don't have access to this land. All right. Here we do. But now we can see the saplings. I mean, I'll try to get as close as I can so, you know, we got more of the field to use. But usually having trees next to a field is not the best thing in real life. Just because with the roots, and of course the trees are going to steal a little bit of the nutrients out of the ground from the crop that you're trying to grow. They'll take the water, all that kind of stuff. But this is Farming Simulator, so doesn't really take that into effect, I don't think. At least it shouldn't. So far we planted 44 birch trees. And I think I'm actually going to hold off on planting the oak trees on the other side over by the production buildings. I think we'll just go ahead and wait until these birch trees grow a little bit. So I can just make it look a little bit better over there. And sure, I'll have to pay another leasing fee for this equipment and spend $15,000 to lease it. But even though I'm trying as hard, trying to set a goal to pay off some of this loan, it's not about the money here. It was about Maizeplus and everything. And as we can see, money-wise, yeah, we still have a decent-sized loan, but and actually, I probably should steer a little bit away. Looks like I got some room to the property boundary here. Yep. But I guess these trees could serve as a windbreaker, stopping the wind from coming through as much. And just like the oak trees, I remember when I planted those down, even I was unsure, like, yeah, it's hard to tell what's it going to look like. And when they, you know, they grew, and they are the way they are now, I kind of like the way it looks. So I'm kind of hoping the same way here. I don't know if I'm planting too many, not enough. I don't want to plant too close to these fields here, but I guess I could always just eliminate some of the field and not have to worry about it. I think I'm going to end up planting more birch trees than we did oak trees. It could be that these trees could cause a little bit of a problem with the workers, so I don't want to get too close. Well, that pretty much maximized my land when I put the fields in, because pretty much after that, it was like, hey, you don't own this land, so it was either planting the fields, which I'd rather not, but I mean, it's not too bad if I have to make it look a little bit better. But then I noticed I have planted already 60 birch trees down. And I still want to gonna put a little bit more in over here. I'm just giving myself some space between me and the road, because I do want to put like a pole over here, just so we can put equipment in, like when I bring the header over or the truck over with the trailer, anything really. I don't plan on cutting any of these evergreen trees to our right, but you never know. And I may give the sheep one more tree, and maybe the cows a couple. Definitely planted way more birch than I did oak trees. Now the question is, where do I have room to put this birch tree in by the cows? Let's see, I got some room over by the sheep I can get around. I've already used this excavator for half an hour. Doesn't seem like it, but I have. I think one over here in the corner would be nice. Sheep are running over like, hey, can we get a birch tree? And I said, yes, you can. Not just one, I'm going to give you two. Make it feel special. And one, whoops, want to raise that up a little bit more. There we go. And one more for good luck. And I think we'll call that on the birch trees, because that was more than I thought I was going to plant. So, what was that? Like 74 trees that we planted. I think that's good enough. I was actually kind of waiting for it to say, you know, too many trees on the map. And now we're just going to go unload this. We'll put the pallet next to the oak trees. And then that leaves November for us just to tidy up around the farm. Maybe spread some more lime in a couple fields if it needs. The grass fields, I'm trying to figure out if I want to cut them or not. We'll have the conditioned grass bales that are in the shed over there. We'll have to take those out and wrap those up. But yeah, if we do the grass fields, we're going to make them semi-dry grass. And then we'll bale it. I don't know how much bigger the bales are supposed to be, but I just got told that they'd be bigger. The bonus part about just doing the conditioned grass is with the Royal BM, thinking Snow Runner, with a big Pro-Nem, I can just mow it and put it into a swath and bale it right away. To make semi-dry grass, I'm going to widespread it, ted it, windrow it, then bale it. Did I not put that pallet down over here? Where is my oak saplings? Oh, they're in here. Oh, wait, we can pick those up? Okay. And should be able to just unload it, I hope. And then I'm going to be a lazy person, let the store come pick this stuff up. So we're just going to go ahead and return. And I'm pretty sure if I rent this again, I'll forget to, you know, get the fast coupler on it. I'll probably forget to do that. Let's go ahead and put these in here. And the next thing I want to do is come into here and we're going to pay off another $50,000. I think we'll pay off that, but we'll leave myself $30,000. That should be more than enough. Loan interest was down to $23,166, but we paid a good amount off today because we sold all that cheese and butter. If you just look at the past few months here on the farm, 187, 234. August was an off month. We only made sold about 33,000, then 424, and then 582. Property income from the wind turbine, it keeps changing, which is always interesting, and the solar panels as well. Oh yeah, these numbers here might be a little bit off. Looks like this was a month because it says sold buildings. That might be when I reset the flavored bottling milk. So yeah, sometimes those numbers can be off because I got to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's go see what Francesca did. How does she do up here? A couple of spots, so it's not too bad. I don't need to go around and actually get those done. I mean, yeah, I'll help those little bits of an area. But I think I'll lose like 15% on the yield when it comes to it. And overall, our score is at 92. I think this grass field here is hurting us a little bit. Down to 56. That's down to 80. This oilseed radish, I can't wait to see what that's going to do. But the grass should be germinated and started to grow. So should the oilseed radish. And every other field here is in the upper 90s or 100 even. But yeah, we're not doing too bad. Our bonus right now is down to 12, but that's still pretty darn good, honestly. So yeah, I better go up here. I was going to grab the case magnum and bring that back to the farm. Ah, she even folded the implement. How nice. I'll bring this back. We'll wash it on up. Yeah, I'm going to take care of the animals, check on the factories, but at the beginning of the next episode, we should be... I'll probably actually bring it back possibly when we go to bed and wake up in the morning. That way we can see how much we saved on loan interest by paying off all that money. And then we'll get to see the oilseed radish and grass grow. And then we may get to cutting some grass, but we'll see what I feel like doing next time. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland. But until then, have a good one.